Guys, how y'all doing? All right, good morning. We're on here early today. I woke up early, so I decided to come on here, and then tonight I'm going to go to a little networking thing, so I won't be on here later. Good news is my throat feels a lot better. My issues going away. I still got my tea, but y'all know I was struggling for a couple weeks there, but we're good now finally. Still at the finish line, but I woke up feeling a lot better, so I'm happy about that. We're gonna keep it general today. We're gonna keep it general today. Let me see what we got going on here. Okay, there we go. Want to get everything set up. Hey there, welcome. Y'all know that we're on all kinds of platforms, so I'm just waiting to make sure that people have a chance to join. We are on TikTok, Twitch, YouTube, Kick, all the good things. Good morning. Thank you. Like I never went to sleep. Thank you. I appreciate that. I wanted to sleep a little more, but I wasn't gonna. I was like, let me get up early and get started on my day, be productive, have more hours to my day. So I know you're a Leo. I'm going to write down Leo first, but everybody drop your signs in the chat. We're going to do it in order of first come, first serve. I like kind of doing it that way. I was doing it in the reverse orders, but I do let people know, once I started to get my viewership back up, I was going to go back to the old way of doing things. Um, Let me think if I have any general messages for y'all before we get started. One thing that I noticed in my life, and I don't know if this is going to apply to everybody, but I did notice that I had a habit of doing things in a difficult manner, almost in a way to like prove myself, to prove that I could do something. But then I found a lot of simpler ways to go about things in my life. So I want y'all to have that same mentality. Like, yeah, there may be things that you want to do, but sometimes take a step back and make sure that you're not just doing it to prove a point, if you will, to prove that you can do it. So let me write down the signs y'all put in here. So Leo was first, and then we got Aquarius, Pisces, Virgo, Scorpio, Aries. And by the way, y'all definitely can put more than one sign. All right, so y'all definitely can do your rising, your moon. It don't matter to me. Y'all can put all 12 in a message if you want to. Y'all can put multiple signs. So, all right, Sagittarius and Cancer. Welcome, y'all. Welcome. Also, guys, really quick, I was able to reopen my store. So right now, not everything, but a few items are 20% off, including my readings. So readings are 20% off. And it was just easier to do it that way. I had people using the WAP website, but they would have had to like register and make an entire like account to do it, and that's just difficult. We don't have time for that. So you're able to just buy your reading, check out, and then you're able to get your video like that. Thank you, Christina. I appreciate that. Thank you. So yeah, the the readings are back up on my website. It's Life's Elixirs, and it is linked in my YouTube, linked in the description, linked in my TikTok bio. I did change the picture across the board so that everything is the same. Like even the same picture on my Cash App, all that good stuff. My PayPal. We are still. I do still offer the readings where people can do, let me put Gemini. I do still offer where people can do the $5 Cash App questions when you catch me live. So that offer is still on the table for you all if you ever want to do that. And my Cash App is the same as my username, and it is down in the description box. My username is EeshUrHeartOut across the board, except for Twitch, which is EeshUrHeartOut official. All right, so just want to throw that out there. And I am up on all my platforms all across the board. So far, this is the order. I think we have all the signs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We're missing Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sag. We're missing Capricorn. So Capricorn will be the last one. But the order that we have, we got Leo, Aquarius, Virgo, Scorpio, Aries, Sagittarius, Cancer, Libra, Taurus, Gemini, and Capricorn. All right, so that is how we are going to do it today. All right. Like I said, also, guys, remember the store, the readings are 20% off, and the code is welcome back. So that is the code. Again, shout out to YouTube and Shopify because I did not have to redo anything. Everything was saved, and I greatly appreciate greatly appreciate that. All right, so we're going to get started with Leo. Hope y'all having a good morning, by the way. All right, so let's see. All right, Leos. All right, so what is the center of your readings, Leos? What's the center of your readings? Let's see what's going on. Okay, intuition. All right. Interesting. So the center of this reading is following our intuition, or what does that mean to follow your intuition? How you feel when you're following your intuition. That is the center of our reading. I did mention in the beginning about how I decided that, oh, you said Zelle. No, I don't have Zelle, unfortunately. I have just PayPal and CashApp set up. Also, soon I'll be monetized on here. I know a lot of people back when I was monetized, it was easier for people to just do the supers on here. So that'll be up soon, but I just have to reach 3,000, I think, watchable hours. And I'm at like 2,500 or something like that. So, you know, a couple more days, I'll be back on that. But, sorry guys. So in the beginning of the, video, I was talking about how there were things that I was doing to kind of prove a point, or doing things in a difficult way to prove that I could do it. And I found a lot of easier solutions to certain things that I want to accomplish. So yeah, so that could be the center of intuition. Maybe something runs smoother, but this is the center of your reading, is instincts. Okay, so let's see here. So what role do you play in this scenario, Leos? What is your role here? This could, of course, this could be your intuition or somebody else's. All right, so what role do you play here, Leos? Let's see. Okay, change. So I feel like you're going to cause a shift or a change here. What is the scenario beforehand, before you show up, Leos? And then after. Interesting. Okay, so at first, something is up and down. Something is going between good and bad, or something is like a person could be experimenting with something, trying to figure out what's going on. And then it turns into some sort of regret, or it turns into stagnancy. Okay, so what do you do to change this? It turns into something stagnant or some sort of loss here. Okay, so what do you do to change this? You have finesse. Finesse and voice. Okay, so you're literally planning to say something. You're intentionally saying something. Finesse and voice. All right. You could also be coming up with some sort of plan here. If this is within yourself and you had some sort of plan that you were going along, it was up and down. Like, it had some good parts and some bad parts. But I feel like if this is your plan within yourself, you're going to realize you didn't like it, or you did not enjoy it. But there's something that you're intentionally saying here. So what are you saying, or what are you speaking on? Okay, Sagittarius. All right, so you're intentionally saying something to a Sagittarius. Okay, it's got resistance and humor. Okay, so you're saying a Sagittarius is resisting, maybe enjoying something, having fun, something like that, or resisting some sort of indulgences. All right, so that could be with the fluidity part. It's like if it's ups and downs, because you're saying that, I feel like maybe somebody realizes they don't enjoy something, and it just kind of stays at the downward part. It like just stays in the negative. All right, so let's see what intuition is telling us here. What is your intuition saying, or what is somebody's intuition saying in this situation that they should do? Okay, perspective. So they realize they should change their perspective or their attitude towards what? They realize they should change their perspective on what here? Potential. Okay, how they view potential or how they view something having the potential to grow. What they view as having potential. All right, so let's see. Literally what I said in the beginning about things being easier. Hey, Amelia, welcome. Hi there. These are general, guys. Not trying to ignore y'all. My bad. These are general, and right now we're on Leo. I'll let y'all know the order in a second. All right, so let's get a card. So, yeah, our intuition is telling us to change our perspective on potential or what has a potential to grow or evolve. All right, and you are the change or the catalyst here. All right, so like I said, something was up and down, back and forth. I feel like you're saying that a Sag is resisting being happy or resisting indulgences or resisting enjoying something, like something that they know makes them happy. All right, so they may hear this and maybe they realize, okay, now it's just negative, or it goes to the sad part because something is just up and down. All right, so let's see what else. These are general, by the way. All right, so you got Two of Swords, the Knight of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, and then the Nine of Wands, Ace of Cups, Six of Cups, the Six of Wands is your energy, and then the Seven of Pentacles. All right, there's the Ten of Cups on the bottom here. Let's see. Yeah, so this is Sag energy. Literally, here I was waiting to see your energy. Here you go with the Strength card, and it does end up being the Five of Cups here. So we'll figure out whatever that is, what else that is. So originally, I feel like with intuition, somebody wasn't able to see the potential in something here. Or their perspective on potential may have been blocked. I feel like, too, there could have been something with the Nine of Wands. Maybe they got offended or bothered by a situation. There's also a new feeling of being generous to somebody and allowing somebody to have attention. Somebody's giving somebody, like, the attention that they want. You are the Pride card with the Six of Wands. So let's see what your energy is down here in these 8 cards. What is your energy down here? And I want to see how somebody, what their perspective is when they're not following their intuition versus when they are. All right, so what's the energy down here? Let's see. Okay, so your energy is ambition. All right, so you're working towards something. When we don't follow our intuition, how do we view the potential of something here? Okay, order. When we are following our intuition, how do we view it? So somebody feels like it could be fixed or changed. All right, so when we do follow our intuition, we view it as a source of income. The Hustle card. Interesting. So somebody may have not thought something had potential to make them money, and now they do. So what is somebody going to realize has a potential of making them money? I feel like, too, with resistance and humor, maybe this person, I feel like somebody could have done something that actually makes them happy and makes them money. Like there's a combination here. But let's see. So what does this person feel like has a potential to make money now with Hustle? Something really has a potential to grow for them. Okay, so finesse and order. So I feel like literally what I talked about, a shortcut. All right, this could be a plan. They're like, okay, I'm going to plan this out. I'm going to be intentional. Something has like a set schedule. All right, what is the intended outcome here with finesse? So there's like a shortcut or a plan. Yeah, ambition. All right, so we got vision and defense. Yeah, and resilience, literally. So you can see that. I feel like there's something where something difficult actually gets blocked out. Because it may be blocked because something is too difficult or because you're exerting too much energy. When you take a shortcut, something is easier. All right, let's see. What other energy should you be in here, Leos? Okay, so spirituality. Okay, so with spirituality being your advice, this could be an energy of where maybe you use cards to help you with something. Maybe you're praying, meditating, things like that. Certain belief systems, you could even pull different elements of different belief systems and incorporate them into something that you're doing. All right, so what element of spirituality are you going to be using or should you use here, Leos? And then we're going to see what effect it has for you. Okay, you got Ooh. Superstition and love. Okay, so if anybody else ever got a personal reading from me and I gave you some sort of reading about love, because that's going to be the element that you need to pay attention to. There's like a warning about love, or there's a superstition around love or supporting everybody. Now what I want to say with this, right? Like a lot of religions may teach you to like love thy neighbor or love, do things out of love for people just because that's the way that things are supposed to go. But spirituality is more like a spectrum. It's more so about using your discernment. Everybody does not deserve automatic like love from you is what I'm getting, but I feel like that's what you need to hear. Like if I ever did a reading for you out like a love reading or something like that, please listen to that. I don't Not sure what element that is. All right, but what are you going to use this element to do? Yeah, to change your own perspective. Okay, to change your perspective on what? We know it's about love, but it'll change your perspective on what here? Okay, confidence. Yeah, truth. I feel like it's going to change your perspective on independence. Interesting. Superstition about love. So there's something spiritual that's warning you about love that maybe what were you doing out of love before? It looks like it's causing an issue in this case. You got angel, skill, transition, and power. What are you supposed to do that's different? You could have been being generous here. Yeah, vision and self-love. Because I feel like you're doing something out of love for an individual, and you should be doing something for yourself, like maybe setting some setting some boundaries here. Okay. That's interesting. All right, so that's Leo's reading. Thank you. Those of you that are asking questions, y'all, these are general. All right, these are general. You said, why are the people around you jealous of you? I don't know. If you know they're jealous, I would stay away. I wouldn't, don't spend too much time around jealous people. That could get dangerous. I wouldn't do that. Okay. Also, guys, if y'all want a personal reading, everything is linked. It's in my store. You just purchase a reading. All right, y'all. I had to write my notes. Okay. So, yes, that was Leo. We're doing Aquarius next. So, this is the order really quick. We did Leo. We're doing Aquarius, Pisces, Virgo, Scorpio, Aries, Sagittarius, Cancer, Libra, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer. Oh, sorry. Gemini, Capricorn. All right. My voice is almost good, y'all. My voice is almost good. We're making it through. I was so glad when I woke up this morning. It felt better. I was like, thank you, Jesus. Yesterday, I think, too, my readings were a little jacked up because I took some medicine. I think it was fucking me up. I was a little tired. So, my apologies for those videos yesterday. I probably should have took a break. All right. You said it sucks how you think someone is a friend or even worse, a lover, and you realize they've been jealous. Oh, yeah. Don't get me started. Well, if I go on a rant about that, we'll be talking about that for days. All right, so let's see. Remember that Libra I told y'all that I didn't like? That was the jealous person. That was crazy. But what's crazier is like in a situation like that, people told me not to deal with her. So, yeah. People knew that I shouldn't be hanging with her. So that's the kicker. All right, so anyways, nobody liked her but me. All right, Aquarius, it's y'all's turn. Getting y'all's business. Thank y'all for following. Thank y'all for all the likes, by the way. I appreciate y'all. All right, what is the energy surrounding the Aquariuses? Let's see. What's the energy surrounding the Aquariuses? Okay, defense. Okay, a blockage. We're saying no to something. Something is blocked out. All right, so we're going to see what the blockage is and what is blocking out here. All right, so that is the center of our reading. Or somebody could be just defensive. All right, so what is the blockage here? Okay, dominance, controlling something. All right, what is it blocking? Ooh, innovation. Okay, there's a couple of ways that I could read this. Now if we're talking about on a super spiritual level, like if anybody does manifestations or hoodoo or something like that, I feel like there's protection work. That's one thing. I'm also getting somebody's in full control over something and that blocks out manipulation. But I'm also getting, if somebody is under someone else's control, that's going to stop somebody else from being innovative. But we're going to see what this is. So what are we dominating here? What's being dominated? Oh, yeah, okay. So love, literally. If somebody has like full control over how generous or kind or caring they are, that's going to block out manipulation. What is the dominant energy here that has control over like love here? We're going to figure out what your role is. Okay, versatility, the Empress. Okay, so I feel like there could be a woman here, a mother, a wife, or just your feminine energy, your feminine side, or like comfortability that is blocking out the decision to like be loving and generous. And that's going to block out some manipulation or stop somebody from being able to create something. All right, that's what's going to stop the manifestation. Like something here stops a manifestation from occurring or working. All right, what role do you play here, Aquarius? Let's see, what role do you play here? Okay, you're rebellion. All right. Okay, so you're doing something that's kind of against the grain. What do people normally do in your scenario, Aquarius? Okay, so normally in your situation, people normally feel offended, insecure, or like upset. And then what is your energy? So you still feel a little left out or a little different, but what are you doing instead? That's typical for Aquarius. Okay, you're going to change something. Okay. So you're actually going to change something even though, okay. What's triggering your self-esteem or what's triggering you? Or what could be bothering you? Yeah, okay, it's something about yourself, inspiration. You're the inspiration card. So it's like your unique identity. You do feel kind of different, but you're going to change something about yourself. Okay. What are you changing about yourself? And what are you changing it into? You got transition. What are you changing this into here, Aquarius? Okay, so you got potential and then passion. So that's interesting because the self-esteem card is the Nine of Wands, so it's still a fire card. So it's almost like you get offended by being yourself or something that's unique about yourself. You know that you're different. But you kind of look at that as like a drive, like maybe it gives you more so ambition. You may be even the type where, I can't speak for all Aquarius, but Aquarius is kind of on a type where if they're told that they're being difficult or like different than people, they like that. They're like, okay, bet I'm going to keep being different. I'm going to keep doing what you don't like kind of thing, or like doing what's different. So I feel like that could be your mindset. It's like you're still in that mindset where you are different than the other people around you, where you feel a little left out, but you're going to kind of make that like your focal point a little bit. Like I'm getting like a devil's advocate kind of energy. You said they get more difficult. That is funny. I'm going to clip that. That is funny as shit. Because they do, it's more like kind of focusing in on that a little bit. Like they kind of like that. All right, so let's get 8 cards. Yeah, you starting out with the Five of Swords. All right, the Hangman, the Daughter of Coins. Here's the Ace of Coins and Opportunity. There's that Magician energy. Somebody is trying to manipulate something. We're going to figure out what that is. Okay, the Six of Cups, the Page of Pentacles, and then the Page of Wands. Yeah, literally potential and passion. I feel like you're going to use something as an opportunity to talk about, well, that's what I desire. That's what I like. That's what I enjoy. So I feel like that's what you're saying or something like that. Okay, let's see what the magician is trying to create or do here. What is the magician trying to create? Love. Somebody is trying to manipulate somebody into doing something out of love here. What is this? Looks like I mean, the magician with love is a crazy combo because that's kind of like love, magic, hoodoo, hoping that somebody, like it could be romance as well, but somebody's trying to make somebody love them. But that's what's being blocked out here. What? Okay, what? Oh gosh, okay. Because the Five of Swords is here. That's like the opposite of love. That's almost like hatred. So I feel like somebody's trying to make somebody be loving in a situation where they're not supposed to. What does someone want somebody to do out of love here? I feel like they're trying to make you be more loving. All right, you got focus and courage. And then angel. Yeah, and mood. What are they doing out of self-love? Following their intuition. So somebody wants this person out of love to do something that they'll end up regretting. I feel like too sometimes the tenacity card can be some sort of addiction. So it's like there's something where something is supposed to be like addicting and it could make somebody sick. Like I'm getting a lot of messages. I'm sorry. I don't know if it's like I'm super clear from yesterday in comparison, but it's like out of love, somebody's supposed to be so focused on an individual or on that person that they end up becoming like sick or depressed or sad. Or like they end up having like certain losses. But out of self-love, somebody's going to follow their intuition. What is their intuition telling them to do here? You got sexuality and skill. All right, I feel like somebody's going to be logical. That's Gemini and Libra energy. Okay. Interesting. So what is somebody trying, let's compare. What does somebody want them to do out of love? This could be you two guys. You said it's not going to work on an Aquarius. I feel like literally like holding back, don't say anything, allow somebody to get away with something out of love, but that ends up in a regret for that individual. And then let's see, this person's intuition is telling them to do what here? They're like, no. Oh, okay. Yeah, the Devil card, 4 of Wands, the 10 of Wands, and then the 8 of Wands. It must be Sag energy. That's like heavy Sag energy. So I feel like they know that there's a scenario here that's going to become difficult if they partner up. With the Devil card, they could also know not to work with a Capricorn in this scenario. Something's going to tie somebody down and like create a burden and slow them down. But while it makes it easier for somebody else. So the two people are paired together. One person is moving faster than the other one is slowed down. This could literally be something sexual. So I don't know if somebody believes like picking up on somebody's sexual energy. There's something, I feel like that has to do with the addiction part, or like the illness or the sadness, or like something being done repetitively. If you take how there's something, this is the message I want to give. So I'm just going to say it. But like if there's something dealing with sex or passion, literally, because you take breaks of sex, or like you're not constantly having sex, you're healthier. And I'm not talking about like STDs. I'm talking about like what is like fibroids, PCOS, stuff like that. You don't have that if you're not consistently focused on having sex. And that's something like that is tied to love here. I know that went down the rabbit hole, but I just had to throw that out there because that's what came out. That's what I'm getting. But I feel like somebody knows what decision to make or how to go. But it's like, no, if you love me, focus on this and have the courage to be sad. Or it's like, why are you afraid of going through the ups and downs? Why are you afraid of going through the struggles? But that's manipulation, though. That's not really what somebody's supposed to do. What's the outcome for you, Aquarius? You got peace, versatility, and luck. This is a better opportunity here. It's more calm. I feel like there's going to be a woman that's going to be able to create an opportunity for themselves. Let's see. Let's clarify that outcome. You said OCD. It could be. You said, ooh, shit. Let's see. What's the outcome here? I don't know, y'all. I'm not a medical professional, please. That was just what I saw. I'm not a medical professional. Don't be out here talking about, oh, well, Aisha told me that you gave me fibroids. I did say that. All right, so what's the outcome here with peace, versatility, and luck? Let's see. This could also be something about pregnancy with the Empress. All right, there's the Hierophant. There's the Temperance. There's the High Priestess. Damn, those are major arcanas, too. So it's like, yeah, somebody knows not to get distracted. They know that something is a distraction here. There could be a Taurus Sagittarius combination that's following their intuition. All right. Maybe sex can cloud somebody's intuition or cloud their judgment. But yeah. Thank you for the rose. You said it's scientifically proven, though, for real? I didn't know that. I'm dead ass. I swear to God. I believe it. I've been thinking about that. I have a theory on that, but I'm not even going to. I really do. I feel like, because every time, you know, what about me? Like, every time I go to the doctor and I think I have, like, a serious illness, it's very rare that I'm actually sick from something. And I be thinking that has a lot to do with it. I be thinking about certain things. But anyway. You said, let you show me something good. Oh, honey. I hope that's not about sex. All right, so let's see. That was Aquarius. Let me write this down. All right, Pisces is next. Oh, really? Less bacteria. That makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, actually. I'm not going to lie to you. Yeah. All right, Pisces. I can't disclose on why I was thinking that, but let me fix this. All right, so Pisces is up next. You said Johnny Blaze twin. I look nothing like Johnny Blaze at all. She's cute, but we don't look alike at all. I think you just see a black woman with hair. All right, so let's get started with Pisces. What's the center of your reading, Pisces? Let's see. What's the center of the Pisces reading situation? Oh, okay. Intuition. Same as Leo. Let me write that down. All right, so we're following our instincts. The center of the reading is intuition. All right, what is our intuition telling us to do? What is our intuition telling us to do here? Okay, knowledge and respect. Okay, we know the rules, we know the regulations, and then self-love. All right, somebody knows to set a standard for themselves. Okay. pretty much, or they know exactly what to do that makes them feel comfortable, or what element of themselves they should be doing out of self-love. All right, so what role do you play here, Pisces? No, Cancer is not after that. It's lower down on the list. All right, so what role do you play here, Pisces? Okay, so you're resisting. Okay, what are you resisting here? Oh, humor. I said that in the Sag reading. I'm sorry, I said that in the Leo reading. Okay, let's rewind. I said that Leo was saying that a Sagittarius was resisting humor. They didn't think something was funny, or they didn't want to go overindulge or do something funny there. Okay, but you're in the same position. So maybe somebody could have been telling a Sagittarius about you. Like they're telling like, yeah, you know, Pisces is holding back, or... All right, but I feel like you're resisting like overindulgences, something that you would enjoy or like. You don't want to do that. Okay. What energy should you be in here, Pisces? I feel like you're literally resisting maybe even some sort of fantasy. Okay, the energy you should be in is connectivity. So keep that perspective. Don't change your mind. Keep that perspective. Literally, I'm getting, don't forget what a Cancer Sagittarius said. It is the truth. You're not going to forget what somebody said here, or don't forget what they said. But a Sag was in the same position as you. Somebody's like, yeah, that Sag is resisting humor. They're holding back, or they don't want to do this, that, and the third. But I feel like something is the truth. Do not forget what that Cancer and that Sagittarius told you or said. They were, if you're wondering, they were telling the truth. Okay. What did they say here? Let's get a card. Okay, versatility. That just came out in the Aquarius reading. So they said something about motherhood, women, pregnancy. Yeah, you got versatility, humor, passion, and truth. So it's like the thing that you're holding back from, and maybe somebody else is telling you like, yeah, believe in this fantasy, or believe that this is going to bring you happiness. They're like, no, this is what this is what you'll actually desire, or this is what you'll actually enjoy. So whatever they were saying, it was honest. It was the truth. Do not forget that part of it. Okay. Let's see. You said, what did you say? Thank y'all for sharing. Thank y'all for the gifts. All right, so let's see. Okay, so we got the Nine of Swords and Nine of Pentacles. Somebody's worried about being alone. And then we have the Hangman. That's your card, Pisces. The Page of Swords. So you're going to look back at a time when you were worried about being alone, and it's going to look very different. Or you're going to look back at a time when you were anxious or worried. Okay. You got Page of Pentacles, Knight of Swords, the Two of Pentacles, and then the Ten of Pentacles. You're like observing how you're not going to be able, literally, you are not going to be able to forget a time when you were worried and stressed and alone. Because it's like you look back at it, you remember those times, you remember being stressed out. And then you have the potential to do something else, but then the Knight of Swords kicks it. It's like a memory just keeps coming back, and the memory comes back stronger. What do you remember here, Pisces? What were you worried about? Some of you could have been worried about a Leo. You have the strength. Yes, superstition. It's like a Leo. There's somebody that's worried about controlling something. There's a superstition about... Okay, a Leo... A Leo is worried about like abuse or control, or being able to control a situation. What will be dominated or controlled here? And then we'll see what the dominant energy is. Alarm went off. All right, my bad, y'all. The alarm went off. I'm still here. I'm still here. Okay, so a Leo is worried about controlling the ebbs and flows of something. They don't trust it. So remember, I feel like remember how you feel, or this Leo is not going to forget how they felt. I feel like anxiety is outweighing the Ten of Pentacles, which is supposed to be like abundance. What's this over here? Okay, pride. What are we doing out of pride or ego? Oh, love. So somebody out of pride or ego is like maybe showing off like a love relationship. So somebody could be staying in a relationship to show it off or to prove a point. That'll definitely cause anxiety. All right, so okay, what are you doing? What is somebody doing out of love here? It's like they're just in love or they're in this love relationship, but somebody, yeah, fighting. It's like somebody's literally fighting for their partner. But when they look back, they're going to remember the Nine of Swords, Nine of Pentacles. These are times when you're alone. This is what, literally, I'm just going to hold it up. This is a little Tarot 101. This right now is Pisces. This is Pisces. This is the Pisces card right there. Pisces, this could be you. I'm not going to lie. Somebody could be looking back at you and like, wait, Pisces was actually alone. So I feel like that's, somebody's like fighting for a relationship. Okay. So that I feel like that's why you're in resistance and humor. You're like, yeah, I'm not going to fantasize about that. Or I remember when maybe you remember you were in that position. Let's see what the truth part is, because that's important. Somebody could have said, it's like you're fighting for a love relationship, but whatever this Cancer Sag combination said was true. So that maybe, I don't know if that's who you're fighting with or fighting for, but let's see. So what was said that you remember here? Damn, yeah, it's judgment. I don't know. It could have been shocking. When you get that card, it's like, nah, this is dead ass. Like, I'm dead ass or so. Like, yeah, the Knight of Swords again, the Three of Cups, there's the Ten of Swords. Yeah, there's the Hierophant and the Eight of Swords. Like, you cannot forget this. It could also be about a Taurus. The signs that are involved here, you have Taurus, Leo, Sag, and Cancer. It's almost like a Taurus is going to say the same thing, or a Taurus is going to do exactly what somebody told you they were going to do. So do not change your perspective on this. Like somebody's trying to get you to fantasize or get you to be okay with something, and it's an ego thing. Like it's just fighting for something out of ego, or it's not really going to be beneficial. There's late nights, worrying, stressed. All right, what's the outcome here, Pisces? I'm going to let y'all know the order when I'm done with this real quick. What's the outcome for you, Pisces? Got sexuality, leadership, and order. Yeah, there's that Five of Cups. Yeah, resist the fantasy, because I feel like something ends up like kind of crashing a little bit. Because I feel like you're worried about like being able to control the ups and downs of something. So if something's fluctuating that much, you have to resist like relying on the good part of it. If it's fluctuating that much, you can't just rely on that. All right, let me write that down. Somebody fighting over love, child. All right, Virgo is next. You said Virgo loves hard. It wasn't a Virgo that came out in that reading, but y'all could be in that reading. So far we did Leo, Aquarius, and Pisces. The next is Virgo, Scorpio, Aries, Sagittarius, Cancer, Libra, Taurus, Gemini, and Capricorn. All right, so that is the order. I also think these little moon cards, like, they're okay, but I don't know. I guess I just got so used to using these. All right, Virgos. Thank y'all for the follows and likes, by the way. Real quick intermission. I'm on TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, and Kick. So make sure y'all check out all the, channels, all that good stuff. Yeah, I like this deck. I like it a lot. Anybody that wants this deck, I do have a few on hand. They're in the store. You can buy them from my store. This is the Hip Hop Queens Oracle deck. This is 2 decks combined, by the way, just so you know. So it won't be this big. It'll be like this. I use 2 decks so I can clarify and confirm. All right, Virgos. Oh, yeah, it's 20% off in my store as well. The code is welcome back. And that's for readings, too. And you get a 30-minute private YouTube video. All right, Virgos. What is the center of your reading, Virgos? What's the center of the Virgos reading here? Okay, a Sagittarius. All right, so in your card, there's a Sagittarius. All right, let's see what role you play here, Virgos. You guys can have Sagittarius placements as well. All right, so what role do you play here, Virgos? These are general, y'all, by zodiac sign. All right, so you're defiance. You're going against the grain. It could be envy, jealousy, upsetness, or whatever the rule is. You're going against that rule. You're not believing in that rule, or you're not going to follow it. All right, so what is the standard? What is the rule here? Thank you for the follows, y'all. So the rule here is healing. All right, maybe you're holding a grudge. If it's a grudge, you're supposed to forgive something. You're supposed to fix something, or somebody's telling you to forgive or heal this or fix this. All right, what are you doing instead? Let's see. Okay, emotion. So you do not forgive somebody, or you're holding a grudge. You could be holding a grudge towards a Sagittarius, or you're upset. Okay. Okay, so what's triggering your emotions here? A superstition. Okay, so you could be anxious or worried, or you may not trust something. So the emotions you're feeling right now is you're worried or you're stressed, but I feel like if you listened, we're going to figure out what somebody's telling you to heal or fix, because that may be the cause of your anxiety. What is Angel doing in your reading? Let's see. What are they doing, or what are they a part of, or what's their energy here? And we're going to figure out what you're anxious about. Okay, fight, pride, and then superstition. So there's something about like embarrassment, or they're not going to do something out of pride or ego anymore. There's worry or embarrassment. I'm going to leave fight there. They could be, maybe that's who you got in a fight with. You don't forgive them or something. What are you worried about or anxious about here, Virgos? You want Aquarius to give you something. You want Aquarius to give you money, or something that an Aquarius is doing is making you feel emotional. What are you supposed to heal or fix? What is the issue? Humor. If this is, excuse me, if this is literally within your body, maybe there could be too much drinking or something that you're eating or something like that. Humor. And then what is somebody telling you to heal this into? Self-esteem. Vision and change. So here's the Aquarius. So this is what you don't trust. That Aquarius may be giving you advice. That Aquarius, this is what they do. They see a change. They see something that they need to fix. This is literally the Aquarius energy. So when they feel offended or left out, they make a change immediately, or they see what they need to fix or change or something like that. You don't trust the Aquarius and you're emotional because of that. Okay, so what energy should you be in, Virgos? What energy should you be in here, Virgos? You should be in superstition. That's what I'm getting. Like, you need to feel, there's something that you're anxious about, but you actually need to feel that anxiety. Because right now you're in defiance. So I feel like you're not listening to what you're worried about. What should you be concerned about or worried about here? Or what should you not trust? What somebody is saying. So don't just take somebody's words for it. Okay. Who's talking to you? So something's not right then. It's almost like you're having a conversation. The emotions that you're feeling is the anxiety. You feel like something is off. What is somebody telling you to do that you shouldn't trust or you should be concerned about? What are they telling you? Their perspective. So somebody's perspective is not real and you're listening to it. Okay, we're getting down to it. Perspective on what real quick? Let's see. Perspective on what here? On resistance. Okay, and it's not real. Resisting what? So don't be, I feel like, ooh, okay, style. Let's get tarot. Whatever somebody is saying here, it's not, their perspective's completely wrong. They could flat out be lying. Somebody's like, their perspective on like not working with a Cancer, or like stop moving forward with something. Don't move forward with that. The Magician is coming right out. So it could be manipulation, but the Six of Wands, the Eight of Cups, the Queen of Pentacles, here's the Emperor, here's the Son of Baskets, the Queen of Swords, and then the Ace of Wands. I feel like somebody is almost like making up an identity. You got the Magician and the Emperor. Somebody's lying about, like, say somebody's giving you advice and they're like, hey, Virgo, I think you need to hold back on this, that, and the third. Or I think you should resist doing blah, blah, blah. That's not real. You should not trust that. So what outcome does somebody want by telling you this? Intuition, pride, ambition, and luck. There's your opportunity right here. Let me see. Yeah, basically, long story short, do not trust what somebody is telling you, because it may deter you from like some sort of opportunity. I don't see the Sag here. What's the Angel in the Fight card real quick? Hold on, y'all. Let me fix this. Okay. What's the Angel in the Fight card? Thanks for following, y'all. Five of Pentacles, Seven of Cups, Eight of Swords. There's the Strength card. There's the Leo energy. I feel like if there's a Sag involved, they could be distracted by a Leo, or they're confused by something a Leo is saying, or they're looking in the wrong direction. They were looking in the wrong direction. They were distracted. I don't know what that has to do with you, though. All right, let's see. Let me see the energy where somebody is talking to you. Give me 4 cards for what somebody's saying, because that's the part I'm trying to get at. Oops. Yeah, there you go. You're working. There's a Sagittarius and the Five of Wands. Why are y'all conflicting, or y'all have conflicting energy? Something's conflicting about you and a Sag. But I feel like you're conflicted because of what somebody is telling you. Something's not right. So this is like he say, she say. You're not supposed to believe that. Or you're not supposed to listen to that. That's not really what somebody is doing. It's almost like you're repetitively fighting with somebody based on what somebody else is telling you. And that's not even real. And that's not really the truth. What's somebody saying this person is doing in the Knight of Wands? It's like you guys are getting two different stories. Yeah, the Page of Wands. What is the person actually doing? Somebody's like dead ass like, yeah, so-and-so said this. I don't think they said that. I don't think they're doing that. What is the person actually doing? Yeah, the Chariot. So somebody's literally saying, okay, here we go. That I was like something, okay, somebody is telling you, yeah, they're resisting the Chariot. They're resisting. Maybe somebody's like, yeah, they're not moving forward, or they're not doing this, or they're not with that Cancer. They are. They're actually moving forward, or they're actually with a Cancer. They're actually doing something. This is what somebody's telling you they're doing. This is what they're actually doing. It's actually a way bigger deal. So I wouldn't, like, something is somebody else's perspective. You should not trust something. If something feels off, you need to actually listen to that. I don't know why somebody, I don't know what that has to do. It's like somebody's saying something that's completely wrong. All right. What's the outcome for you, Virgo? So don't take somebody's word for something here when it comes to a Cancer or a Sag. All right, yeah, there's love, intuition, confidence, and rebellion. Okay. Yeah, I feel like you have the right to not trust something. Like if something feels off, you're supposed to feel like, nah, I don't know about that. I don't trust that. Okay. Y'all reading is summarized as someone's lying. You said more heroin. I would never use no needles. That's one thing. I ain't got time for that. I'm not. I ain't sticking myself, child. All right, Scorpio is up next. You could have lied and said I was on coke before you say heroin or something. Give me something easier to do. All right, Scorpios. Let's see what the Scorpios are doing here. You know how much work you gotta do heroin? You gotta, they be tying their wrists up. You gotta melt this shit on the spoon. I only had the patience for that, to be honest. All right, Scorpios. No shade to the addicts. Shout out to all the addicts out there. I hope you get better in life. All right, Scorpios. What's the center of the reading for the Scorpios? Let's see. I'm gonna clip that. I like when trolls. I like when trolls. That's why I be leaving the trolls in here, because they're gonna make for good clips. All right, so let's see. What's this energy surround the Scorpios? I have dark humor. Sorry, guys. Okay, look. All right, so an opportunity. Things are just going a certain way. It's out of your control. This is your luck here. An opportunity. What do we have an opportunity to do here? Okay, order. So an opportunity to reorganize something, to plan something. All right, so I feel like to be able to redo something almost in a more organized manner. All right, this is a good time to plan, coordinate, strategize. What role do you play here, Scorpios? Let's see. What role do you play here? Okay, pride. Okay. What are you doing out of pride or ego, Scorpios? What are you doing out of pride or ego? Ooh. Let's see. Okay, you're fixing something, healing. All right, so you... Okay, if you're fixing something, I feel like you're in a good way. You could be coming up with a solution. You're redoing something. You want to show everybody, like, look, I can fix this. You might be fixing something to prove a point, but it just depends. All right, so what was the issue here? I feel like you're showing it off, or you're showing everybody that you fixed a problem. You got dominance. What is it being healed into? Okay, skill. So there could have been one person that was in control over another individual, but now something is more balanced out. Okay. You got skill, respect, and change. All right, what other energy should you be in here, Scorpios? Some people, you decided to work with a Libra. All right, what other energy should you be in here? Okay, you got fluidity, inspiration, and rebellion. So we did talk about Aquarius being rebellious in case you're dealing with an Aquarius. All right, but let's not forget you have the opportunity to reorganize, plan something, fix something. All right, but I feel like you want to, you want to prove that you're able to fix a scenario. I'm the one that's fixing it, things like that. Thank you, Jay. I appreciate it. All right, let's see. The Strength card, the Page of Pentacles. So here's the Leo literally talking about what a Sagittarius said. We mentioned that in their reading, but somebody's like, look at what they said, or look at this information right here. Look at what they told me. All right, Daughter of Baskets. Here's your opportunity. The Ace of Cups, the Ten of Cups. Literally, I feel like this is your opportunity to show something to a group of people. You're like, yeah, look, I fixed this, or I got this opportunity. There's a Ten of Cups. Yeah, the Fool card, something gets to start over. So something also that was being done repetitively, we get to start over with the Fool card. And then there's the Four of Swords. I feel like, too, with the Four of Swords, the reason you needed to hear the part about luck and order is you may not notice that this is an opportunity to redo something. All right, what are we showing off to the group with the Ten of Cups? What are we showing off to the group here? Okay, finesse. Yeah, I feel like you're like, look, this plan didn't work. I get to do this, or I get to fix this. Let's see, what was the intended outcome here? Excuse me. Thank you for following. Oh, wait, the intended outcome was to block something? And that does not work. So yeah, you get an opportunity to start over. So if somebody's opportunity was supposed to be blocked, they get a new one. Okay, what were we trying to block out? That's okay. Like, that was somebody's intention. All right, to stop what? A Cancer. So somebody tried to stop a Cancer or stop somebody from moving forward. Oh, okay. Who tried to stop that? That's what? Somebody tried to stop a Cancer? Oh, vision, guidance, and leadership. Somebody's like trying to stop somebody from moving forward because they see that people are listening to them or working with them. Okay. All right. What actually occurs for this person? I'm assuming they get to get their opportunity. Yeah, they got courage, confidence, and ambition and self-love. So they get to continue working on what they were working on. Okay. All right. What other energy should you be in, Scorpio? You got to transition to what? So don't forget, right now you are doing something out of pride. All right, you got sexuality and emotions. Mystery and knowledge. What's the outcome here? Yeah, change, self-love, power, and innovation. Yeah, somebody's going to get, if somebody thinks they're blocked out, they're going to get another opportunity. It's not blocked, so... What else is the outcome here, Scorpios? Yeah, this is unexpected. The Tower. What is somebody expecting here? It's like, I know they're expecting something to go wrong. Yeah, the Ten of Wands. Somebody's expecting somebody to struggle or have a difficult time here. Ten of Swords, and then there you go, the Death card. So I don't know if you're expecting somebody to come to you or need you. That could be why you're in pride and healing. I mean, maybe you're like, yeah, you're going to need to come to me for a solution or something. All right, what actually occurs here? Because that's not what's going to happen. All right, yeah, you got the Temperance, Nine of Swords, King of Cups, the Devil card. So they start to comfort themselves. Yeah, self-love. They consider self-love more. I feel like, too, it's going in order. Something's supposed to come to you, the Death card. Something's supposed to stop at your energy, transform, die off at your energy, but it goes to Sag and then Capricorn. So that's what ends up happening. It goes in order, or it keeps progressing. What's the Temperance? And then we'll see what the Devil card is. Yeah, focused. All right, what is the Devil card? Yeah, superstition. What don't they trust here? They're like, I'm not. Yeah, self-esteem and pride, defense, and innovation. They're like, I don't want to block out me, like, actually being able to create something for myself. But something looks like there's insecurities involved here. Like, you know how somebody feels insecure, so they do something to show off? Don't allow that to be something. Like, if you're if you're doing something out of pride where you're trying to fix something, don't, you don't want to keep fixing it or whatever out of that. But I feel like somebody knows that that's the case. It's an energy where you're like fixing something to prove a point a little bit. But all right, so that was Scorpio. Aries is next. So far we did Leo, Aquarius, Pisces, Virgo, Scorpio. If you're watching on TikTok, you can go to YouTube. All right, Aries. Aries is next. Aries is next. Let's see. All right, what's the energy surrounding the Aries? Thank y'all for tuning in, too. It's a lot of y'all in the morning. All right, so let's see. What is the energy surrounding the Aries here? All right, versatility, Empress energy, comfortability. Could be an important, significant woman. If anyone's wondering, it could be pregnancy or something like that. Thank you for the rose. All right, so what role do you play here, Aries? Okay, peace. So you're calm, you're resting, you're not worried about anything. What are you at peace with here? Okay, look, you're at peace with the way something is going. I'm also getting to just compare. Make sure you're paying attention with a fortune, or pay attention to an opportunity, the time, things like that. All right, what energy should you be in here, Aries? What other energy should you be in? Okay, dominance. All right, what are you able to control? Okay, you've got resistance and humor. So same thing as Pisces. That's what Pisces is already doing. Okay, so I feel like you need to control like temptations, indulgences, things like that with resisting humor. Okay. Yes, Taurus is on the list. Yep. All right, so let's get 8 cards here. So you need to resist humor. Okay, we got the 9 of Wands, the Fool card, the Queen of Swords, the 9 of Cups. There's the humorous part. So I feel like something could be a fantasy here. The 2 of Wands, 7 of Swords, there's a Chariot, there's a 7 of Wands. Okay, literally I said somebody is intending on blocking a Cancer. I just said that in the Scorpio reading. The plan is to block something from going forward, but that can only happen if you're like overindulging, or if you're fantasizing about something. Something is supposed to move forward. I literally see somebody coming towards a scenario with a plan to block it. But that can only happen if the individual is laughing or fantasizing or drinking, or like something can kind of block your path forward if you're like, I'm getting maybe don't be content, because then you'll maybe become stagnant and like stuck there. You got 777 out. Who's intending on blocking somebody? Who is that? Yeah, power. What do they want somebody to stop doing? What is this individual trying to do or move forward with? Okay, skill, inspiration, and pride. There's a Libra and Aquarius that feel like they are above a Sagittarius. Skill, inspiration, pride, and Sagittarius energy. So it's like somebody feels like they're above, and this is like a group. There's an Aries and there's a Sag and a Gemini. There's a Libra and an Aquarius that feel like they are above a Sagittarius and a Gemini. Or something like that. So they're trying to block somebody's path or block someone. All right. What's your energy down in these 8 cards? What role do you play here? Okay, so you're rebellion as well. What do people normally do in your scenario, Aries? Mood. All right, what are you doing that's different? All right, so yeah. Okay, personality, love, and then hustle. All right, so you're going to be able to still admit that something is bothering you, still pay attention to that, but you are not, don't take this as a time to go overindulge or become stagnant in where you are. Let's see, what's humor? That's just what you need to control or something. Yeah, you got the Sun card. That's what you need to control here. Because the reason here, you got 4 wands, the moon, and the wheel of fortune. I feel like you are not, literally, I feel like you're at peace with time, or you're not paying attention to time passing, or you're missing out on an opportunity. I feel like, too, I don't know why I'm getting like how people maladaptive daydream. Like, pay attention to what's going on down here. Pay attention to what's going on right now in reality so that you can make use of your time. What else is luck here? What is it time for you to focus on? Yeah, you got leadership, mystery, focused. Yeah, luck. You're not paying attention to the time, or you're not paying attention to an opportunity. All right, so look around you, pay attention to something that's going on. Now, if you have the dominance, resistance, and humor, you may let time pass you by where you're not focused on a goal, or you're not focused on an opportunity, or like, say this is about health. You're not focused on like the aging part. Like, pay attention to that. You need to pay attention to the time. You need to pay attention to the opportunities that are around you. You're missing it, or you're not paying attention to it. Or you don't realize how much time has passed or something like that. All right, y'all. So that was Aries. That was actually pretty quick. I definitely forgot to timestamp it too. My bad. Let me see. I'm going to put it at like, I don't know. We was going to say 68 minutes. My bad, Aries. You're welcome. All right, so we're going to do Sagittarius. We got Sag, Cancer, Libra, Taurus, Gemini, and Capricorn. Thank y'all for the follows. Thank y'all for the likes. All right, so let's see. All right, Sagittarius. What is the energy surrounding my Sagittariuses? What's the most important energy surrounding the Sagittariuses? Let's see. Not they got you in a chokehold. All right, let's see. What's the energy surrounding the Sagittariuses? Okay, we got leadership. All right. All right, what role do you play here, Sagittarius? Okay, change. So you're changing too, which is interesting because Leo was change. And you came out in their reading. So you're changing something. Okay. What was the scenario before you showed up? Or what was the scenario before? Okay, inspiration. That's Aquarius energy, or somebody was literally inspired. All right, but I feel like there's an Aquarius energy. What did you change this into? And we're going to see what you did to change this. Okay, so you changed this into hustle. Interesting. You're able to turn something into money, or you're going to be able to turn something into an opportunity. Now, these can be groups of people. You could be getting money from an Aquarius, or these could be groups of people. Like when you go out around groups of people, you are able to like network with them. Let's see, what are you doing to change this? Defense. Okay, what? So you block something out. What are you blocking out? And that's going to turn something into money. What are you blocking out here? Damn, love. You're going to, what? Love, fight, and ambition. Virgo, okay, so, okay, hold on, let's see. So in Virgo's reading, you came out as fight. They were defiance. You're like, no, I'm not gonna this. If you're dealing with a Virgo, you're like, no, I'm not gonna love you. I feel like too, you're blocking out love, distracting you from your career with ambition. So if you're inspired to do something, you're gonna turn it into a money opportunity, or you're gonna look at the groups around you, the group of people that you're around as networking opportunities or something like that. But you are literally blocking out love. That is what you're changing. You're like, no, I'm not going to do that. You got love and fight. Why would you? Yeah, I guess you're like, yeah, why would I love my competition? Or why would I do something I love for my competition? Okay, let's see. Okay, I'm not sure what leadership is, but let's clarify. So what other energy would you be in? Do you need to be in here, Sagittarius? What other energy should you be in here? You should be in pride. Okay. So, wow. All right. Okay. You should be proud of yourself. You should do something out of pride or ego. You should, like, if you're blocking out fights and distractions, that is what you're supposed to do. Okay. What should you do out of pride or ego? You could show something off here. And I'm going to figure out what you have too much pride to do. But what should you do out of pride or ego? Okay. Spirituality. All right, so you should be proud about what you believe in or what you have faith in. Show off like spiritual gifts. You already know I'm a Sag, so I try to keep these general. What should you not do out of pride or ego here? Like, what are you like too good for, I guess? I don't want to say it that way, but that's what pride is. But what are you too good to deal with, or what do you feel like you're above? Or now this is the advice. This is what you're supposed to do. So I feel like, too, there could be a spiritual belief system where you're supposed to believe in yourself, feel proud of yourself, and not, like, automatically give your power to an outside external source. You're supposed to spiritually feel proud of yourself. A lot of religions, really quick, they do try to teach, like, the humbleness, right? They try to teach people to be humble and struggle and things like that. And it's like, why should I be humble now when this is the life that I'm living right now? But okay, what do you have too much pride to be doing or dealing with? Spirituality again? Oh, innovation and fluidity. Okay, so I feel like there's two different spiritual belief systems. What spirit? Okay, because I feel like there's one spiritual belief system that makes you go with the flow or makes you be less intentional. What spiritual belief system are you supposed to actually believe in here or focus on? Okay, you got healing, personality. Okay, so it could be like healing the parts of yourself. Like, you know, a lot of people can use astrology in their birth chart to look into their self, their own personality traits, things like that, to come back to who you are as a person. Use it, you know, use it to heal who you are as an individual. Okay, let's get cards. That's odd. Let's see. Let's get 8 cards for that. So yeah, spirituality, healing, and personality. All right, yeah, the 10 of Pentacles. That's what you change something into. You change something into the 10 of Pentacles. The Hierophant, the 8 of Swords, the Sun. There's the 6 of Wands. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to be... You got the 10 of Swords, yeah, the World, and then the 5 of Wands. Yeah, don't go back to getting distracted. Because I feel like that's what you're blocking out. I'm trying to... Okay, it sounds like a cocky reading. Let's see. I don't know. What's the distraction? What is the 5 of Wands? Or what is like the petty kind of energy here? Yeah, you got transition and pride again. Because it's almost like the competition would change you. It's a difference between being confident and being arrogant. So I feel like you got to you're finding the confidence and not the part that turns you into like petty and arrogant. Kind of odd. Okay, what is your energy down in these 8 cards? This is Sagittarius. What's your energy down in these 8 cards, Sag? Intuition. All right, so you're following your instincts. That's so funny because I'd be like, what the hell? But I mean, that's what the cards say. What else is your instincts telling you to do here? We got pride and spirituality. Be proud of what you believe in. This could also be proud of like your ancestors, where you come from, things like that. Because there's like you blocking out something. That is what changed something into becoming fruitful or generating income. Okay, what else is your intuition telling you to do here, Sagittarius? So you're following your intuition, whether you think so or not. What's your intuition telling you to do? Yeah, you got transition, strength, and finesse. You were in the Leo reading. That's odd. I don't know. All right, yeah, finesse and connectivity. Something gets you like trapped or stuck, or like a certain perspective on the ego. Yeah, something was going to end up controlling your, literally, dominance, focus, and mood. Something's like trying to like focus on the sad parts or focus on the negative parts. That's all you're supposed to focus on or something like that. All right, let's see. But again, you got to change and hustle. I feel like there's something where you need to be around people. Your spirituality, too, could have stopped the way you were thinking about something. Because you had the 8 of Swords and you had the 10 of Swords. So it's like you end a trapped way of thinking. A trapped perspective on what, real quick? It's like you stop thinking about, okay, power. How did you used to view this? You may think something has power over you. All right, a Libra possibly. Maybe you viewed a Libra as powerful or they have the power to do something. What are you going to start to view as powerful now that your mind is open more? Let's see. Okay, you got respect. So it could be a Taurus and then luck. Or like a respect for time, a respect for opportunities. If these are people, you may have used to view a Libra as powerful. Now you view a Taurus as more powerful. But here's a better opportunity here. There you got voice and ambition. All right. You may have an opportunity to speak to that Virgo. So I remember the Virgo had like a superstition going on or something like that. All right. So you should be in pride. Don't get down on anything petty or any petty energy. I'm also getting to Sagittarius. I was thinking about this for myself. So I don't know if this applies to you guys, but about who you surround yourself networking wise. I did mention like part of the reason I went live early today is because I'm going to a networking event later. So it's something like that, like go surround yourself with the type of people that you want to hang around, be around. That could be why pride is telling you that. And I try to give that advice, you know, with caution, because I don't want people to think like, you know, don't automatically think you're better than somebody or like something like that. All right, y'all. I am slacking on these on these timestamps today. Somebody will be mad at me because I missed the Sag one. My bad. All right. So we got Cancer next. Let's see. Thanks for letting me know that that resonated. Thank you. You said Miss Empress don't give up on love. Listen, y'all. Eric. Eric, please. This is not the channel for that, okay? You say you blocked out romance and con artists. Blocking out romance is very different than love. Romance and love are completely different. Completely. I think the root word mancy is literally like magic or something like that. Like literally. They tell you word for word, we're putting a spell on you. It's a love spell. It's manipulation. All right, Cancer is next. Yeah, I already know. This isn't a love channel, guys. This is not a romance channel, okay? All right, so let's see. I know I wrote it down this time. Thank you, Tara. Is it Tara or Tara? I hope I'm saying it right. All right, so Cancers. Cancers are up next. Yeah, I did it this time. They're going to be mad. Somebody going to comment the right timestamp for me, though. You don't do that over here. You can still date, guys. You know, it's not wrong with dating and having fun. But this is a new era. We in 2026 now. It's not what it used to be. All right, we done already seen our grandmamas deal with it and our mamas. All right, so let's see. My grandma told me not to do it. So, both of them. All right, Cancers. What's the energy surrounding the Cancers here? Oh, I said it right the first time. All right, so we got transition. All right, let's see. What's our starting point? So we're moving on from something. All right, we got knowledge. And what are we transitioning to? This, I don't know why this looks like graduation almost. All right, so healing. All right, so we know what the issue is. Now it's time to fix it. All right, you say yours too. All right, what role do you play here, Cancer? So we know what the issue is. Now it's time to fix it. Okay, so you're rebellion. You and Aquarius are both rebellion. Let me write that. All right. What do people normally do in your scenario, Cancers? We're going to see what you're rebelling against. All right, what are you doing instead? So you got fluidity. Okay, change. Okay, these are, okay, interesting. All right, so normally you go with the flow, but you're going to change how something is going. You're about to change it all together. What are you changing it into? So normally something has like a certain flow to it. Self-esteem, transition, and connectivity. Uh-oh. Hold on. Let me see. Self-esteem, transition, and connectivity. It's like we're changing somebody's mindset altogether. All right. Let's see. Yeah, the Ten of Swords, the Eight of Swords. So it's almost like the way somebody thinks now, the way that their mindset is, they can only see one way out. That's interesting. It's kind of like backwards, but then you have the World card. Somebody's okay, this is the only way out of this old cycle. or they have no choice to leave this old cycle. You got the Death card, the Hermit. There could be a Scorpio and a Virgo together. 2 of Swords, 6 of Swords, and then the Knight of Cups. What are we bringing to an end with the World card here? Love. Yeah, damn. That's what somebody's realizing. They're like, okay, there's only one way out of the scenario that I'm in. Now, when I say love, guys, because I don't want that to come off heartless, but I think like it's about like sacrifices. When you really love somebody or you really cherish something, you're putting in a lot of time, effort, energy. You're making sacrifices for it. Love 9 times out of 10 will be something that somebody's doing for the kindness or the betterment of another individual and not ourselves. So somebody could be constantly putting other people first. So I feel like somebody's like, yeah, the only way out of this is for me not to, maybe they're not going to focus on love anymore. Maybe they're going to focus on their career. What is the new cycle here that somebody's entering into? Yeah, defense. That might be the Sagittarius. Damn. All right. That might be the Sagittarius with defense. They're like, nah, I'm not. Okay, okay. What's the energy between the Death card and the Hermit? We saw that the Virgo was afraid or nervous or they don't trust something. What are we worried about here? What don't we trust? They're nervous or they're worried or they don't trust something. Yeah, sexuality, resistance, and personality. All right. So I feel like you're a part of this. You make sure that somebody's like, okay, I'm not going with the flow anymore. I'm going to be intentional. The only way out of something is to stop making sacrifices. What's being blocked out here with defense? So that is the new cycle. They're not, yeah, we got dominance and fluidity, yeah. I feel like, too, they're like, I'm not going to allow somebody else to control the flow of what I'm doing or control my ups and downs or, like, control my destination. That's what's going on here. All right, so what else is your energy in these 8 cards, Cancers? Yes, self-love. So I guess this could be you, or they may witness you being, maybe you're doing something out of self-love. So they're like, look, I can't. You're focused on yourself. I got to focus on myself or something like that because you're already focused on your own self. All right, what's the outcome here for the Cancers? Let's see. They could also see that you're doing something for yourself and it's more successful versus the person that's being loving, generous, or maybe they're dating. They're like, okay, no, I can't. I'm not dating. I'm not focused on this. I got to do this, that, and the third, things like that. All right, so what's the outcome here for you? Your reading was pretty self-explanatory. Yeah, power, respect, truth, spirituality, and inspiration. Okay. All right, that was pretty straight to the point. You said it is a Sag. Yeah, they're not. I guess they're not going to be doing anything loving anymore. All right, let's see. Thank you, Kenyon. Thank you for sharing the live as well. I appreciate y'all. Okay. Who we got left? Let's see. We got Libra, Taurus, Gemini, and Cancer. Actually, I'm sorry, and Capricorn. I'm finishing a little quicker than I expected. But I do got some things to do before I go to this thing later. Oh, yeah, it's early. It's only 9. I must have been on here early. Capricorn's last today, unfortunately. I'm so glad that I feel better. And I can talk to y'all without coughing like a sickie. Like a little sicko. All right, Libra. What is the energy surrounding the Libras? What's the center of your reading, Libras? Okay, passion, our desires, what we do, what we're attracted to. It could also be lust, things like that. All right, what role do you play here, Libras? Okay, power. All right, so you're saying something out loud. You're making yourself known. Yeah, say Siki Sicko. You said I went ghost on you. My bad. I'm not going to delete the channel, y'all. I'm going to keep it up. I'm going to keep it up. Because for real, I was like, what else is there to do? I was like, I actually like doing my channel. But anyway, I let the scammers get to me. They was getting on my nerves, but... All right, so you're in power, Libra. You're making your voice heard. You're saying something out loud to a group of individuals or to a bunch of people. You could be even, this could be social media and things like that. All right, what other energy should you be in here, Libras? Okay, finesse. Okay. So first of all, if you're telling people your plans, I would be a little sneakier with them. Finesse is about, that's a 7 of swords. Be a little quieter with what you're saying. I feel like too, if what you're saying, you're trying to get a certain reaction or a certain outcome with finesse, that's sort of like needing a backup plan or being more intentional. So I feel like what you want to say may not have the effect that you're going for. All right, so let's see. What do you need to plan for with finesse? Okay, resistance. People may not be open to what you're saying. Yeah, resistance and guidance. Literally, I feel like people are not going to be open to listening to you right now. You need to plan for that. It could be the way that you're saying it, because y'all know in this deck we got like the love with the microphone. We got voice where you could be saying something calm. Oh, hold on. You saying something for a question? Okay, cool. I got you right after this Libra reading. Let me write down so I don't forget. All right, so in about like 10, maybe like 10, 15 minutes. All right, so it could be the way that you're saying it. We're going to figure out why people don't want to listen. What are you trying to talk about here? People are not going to really want to take your advice or listen right now, Libras. What are you talking about, or what are you saying? And we'll figure out why people are resisting it. Okay, pride. So I did tell Sagittarius to be in pride, but that was their advice. I feel like you're telling people this, or you're showing something off. Yeah, pride and hustle. This is what Sag turned something into this. They were changed and they turned a inspiration into this. But you're saying like, no, I'm above that. Or you may be saying you're above a group of people. Maybe we're talking about money. Maybe like, I have too much money for this, or I have too much money to be included. I don't know. It's something like that. But so why are people resisting what you're saying? Why don't they really want to listen to this? And we're going to see what your intended outcome is. All right, you got the strength card. There could be a Leo involved. All right, we got strength, courage, and confidence. What's your intended outcome with what you're saying? Style. You want something to move forward. You want it to go a certain way. And then what is the outcome? You want it to move forward. Yeah, pride again. Maybe you come off prideful, but Sagittarius's advice was pride. So like if you're dealing with a Sag and they know to do that, that could be the case. But let's see. I feel like if you're trying to guide people to come along with you, maybe they view you as pride or arrogance. All right, so just plan for that. People are just resisting listening to you. Okay, there's the High Priestess. There's the intuition. All right, Queen of Pentacles, the Three of Wands, the Seven of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles, Eight of Wands, Knight of Wands, and then the Ace of Swords. Yeah, if it's a Sag involved, they already are following their intuition. I have a lot of Sag energy here. Let's see what instincts are telling us. What are our instincts telling us to do? Yeah, finesse. You need to plan for that. Literally, you need to plan for the fact that people are going to resist listening to you. If you're in a position of power and you, so I mean, it depends on what you're doing. What's missing from how, it's like how you're saying it or something like that. I feel like this person knows to take a shortcut as well. What does this person know to plan for? They know to plan ahead. Oh, yeah, they're planning for it. They've got potential, yeah, and resilience. They know that they're trying to compare what's easier versus what's difficult. They know that something could be difficult here. What's missing from how you're saying it? Like, what is your tone? Or like, what's missing from what you're trying to guide or what you're trying to say? Oh, you got inspiration. Inspiration, love, and ambition. It could be an Aquarius doing something for a Virgo, or like you're not inspiring, or you're not inspiring the crowd here. So they don't really want to listen. Let's see. So what are you doing, or what are you saying? A Libra rising. Yeah, there's judgment. So you're saying it out loud. You're talking about how you're generous, but I feel like if it's pride, it's coming out in an odd way or something like that. I feel like you're yelling, or you're saying it really forceful. How would you be saying it to get people to listen more, or to be more open to your opinion? I feel like too, it depends on what you're saying, because what you're saying, people are going to judge you. It's like if you're literally passing judgment, or you're telling somebody not to do something, I feel like people end up looking at you. So that it could also be like somebody, maybe your message is correct, but they don't respect the messenger, sort of thing. Or the way that you're conveying it. So how would you convey it to kind of get people more so open to listening? So just prepare for that. Like, everybody's not going to listen. Maybe that's what you need to hear too. Some people will, some people won't. Yeah, there is guidance. I feel like it needs to make people feel more included, or more comfortable within themselves, or something like that. I feel like too, people are going to be resistant on listening, because listening to you has a certain effect. It's a big deal. It's a huge deal here. What's the effect of like listening to your advice here, Libra? Yeah, defiance. What does it make people kind of go against? It's like they would have to go against something else to listen. Okay, you got self-esteem. And then what would they be doing instead here? What's the effect? Yeah, fluidity. Yeah, fluidity, love, and connectivity. They may even feel like something's like a trap. All right, what is the outcome here for you, Libra? So I would be cautious about how you're saying something moving forward. What's the outcome for the Libras? Yeah, you got luck. There's the opportunity. So I feel like you're able to get the same opportunity quicker than doing something in a struggle manner. It looks like difficult with resilience, but I'm also getting to, if there's a missed opportunity, there will be the ability to get another opportunity to do something here. All right, so really quick, guys, I'm going to do this personal question really quick. If y'all didn't know, if you catch me live, you can do $5 Cash App questions. So I'm going to do this question really quick here for my fellow Aisha. All right, so let's see. You can type your question. And then after her question, the ones that's left, we have, where I put my pen at? We got Taurus, Gemini, and Capricorn left. So we're almost done, actually. Matter of fact, let me make sure she didn't type the question. Hold on. A Venus flytrap. We used to have a Venus flytrap. It was a little one. They had them at like Home Depot or something like that. I'm just waiting for her to ask her question. Oh, are you there, Aisha Sweets? And then we're going to do Taurus, Gemini, and Capricorn. Okay. Let's see. He ghosted and got an order of protection after I got him $1 million. Is he building a case? I don't even speak to him, but his cousins still rock with me. Is he building a case? Okay, so let's see. Let's see. Thank you, Jay. I appreciate that. Thank you. All right, so let's see. What is his energy toward you? Let's see what he's doing. What is his energy toward you? You say, is he building a case? Okay, so his energy toward you is finesse. So I would say no. That's kind of like sneaking away or leaving. Let's see what his intended outcome is toward you. If he's trying to do something, that typically means it does not work. But what is his intended outcome? Okay, we got power. I don't know if it's a Libra. That just came out as power. All right, what's actually occurring here? Where he intended to have power over you. Okay, fluidity. I would say he's not building a case, but let me get 8 cards to confirm it. Oh, he is. Okay. Yeah, no. I don't know if he threatened that or if he said he would or something like that. I feel like he's trying to have power over your mindset here. Let me get 4 cards, matter of fact, for his energy. All right, we got a new perspective, the 5 of Swords. There's the Spite, 9 of Pentacles, and then the 5 of Wands. Yes, I feel like he realized something is petty, or they could, maybe if he did try to take something to court, it looks petty here. That's why it's not working. Okay, you got the Devil card and then the World. Let me see, how did he view the situation before? If he's trying to like spread like a story about you or something, I feel like that's not working either. But what was the perspective beforehand? All right, we got a transition in leadership. Yeah. All right, what is the new perspective with the Ace of Swords? And we're going to see what comes to an end with the World card. Yeah, it's manipulation. I feel like he probably just manipulated to get money from you. If you helped him get money, I feel like that was all he really needed. The order could probably be just in a way so that you can't get the money back, but I don't see him building a case. All right, what comes to an end with the World card here? And I'm going to see what energy you should be in moving forward. What comes to an end with the World card? Okay, you got order. Yeah, superstition and self-love. I feel like this is more so for you. I feel like if you're wondering whether or not, now you did say a protective order, literally the word order, I don't know if it was temporary or not, but I feel like you're going to realize that you should have put yourself first more here. All right. Yeah, so I feel like his whole intention was to manipulate for money with the innovation and hustle. All right, so I feel like that was the entire purpose. I feel like too, with it being like the World card here for you, this is a lesson in you not putting somebody before yourself anymore. So what I want you to look at too is if you were able to get him this money, you'll be able to do that for yourself. Look at it like that. You know, if you were able to get him that lump sum of money or help him out, you'll be able to do the same thing for yourself. So that's basically the lesson here. But I don't see him having like any control over you in this scenario. No problem, no problem. Also, I would focus more on getting money moving forward just because of the way that came out. Let's see. All right, y'all. So that was a personal question. I should have timestamped that too. My bad, girl. All right, Taurus is next, y'all. Taurus is next. We got Taurus, Gemini, and Capricorn. You're welcome. You're welcome. So y'all can see how the quick $5 readings go. So that's how we do those. All right, Taurus. What is the center of the reading for the Tauruses? Let's see. What's the center of your reading, Tauruses? Y'all can also write y'all question when you send the Cash App if it's like a short question, if it'll fit. All right, what's the energy surrounding the Tauruses? What's the most important scenario for my Tauruses? Okay, skills. So you could be dealing with a Libra. We just talked about Libra, but all right, so this is the Libra card. All right, of course, we could be talking about cause and effect or literal skill sets. All right, learning, building something. What role do you play here, Taurus? Okay, luck. So you are an opportunity. You're the opportunity. You know, peace and luck came out in Aries reading. So if you happen to be dealing with an Aries, they don't notice that you are an opportunity for them. But what are you the opportunity to do here? You are literally the opportunity for somebody. Self-esteem, sexuality, and ambition. All right, this may be allowing somebody to team up and work. All right, so I feel like there's an opportunity to work together. There's one person that may not work well. This looks like comparison to me, like comparing two people. Maybe somebody's using you to kind of compare somebody together. Yeah, there's a 2 of Cups. So if somebody's able to work with you, I feel like too, they're able to get a job or they're able to team up with you and work together and build something. Okay. They may feel like they can't build something on their own. All right, you got the Moon, 10 of Wands, 5 of Cups, the King of Cups. All right, so yeah, something could have been difficult. There's a loss here. And then the King of Cups, Daughter of Knives. There's your Lover's card. I don't know if you're dealing with a Gemini as well. Yeah, the 2 of Pentacles and then the World. So I feel like somebody kind of looks at like, okay, if I team up with them, it's going to end some sort of difficulty. Like it was difficult for them to do something alone. Let's see, what could have been difficult here with the 10 of Wands, or they were holding on to all of the workload. Okay, yeah, hustle. So they could be working together with you. Got innovation, humor, and respect. They may even have the money and you don't, or like they have the money, you have the idea, something like that. Like if they're trying to generate income, you are an opportunity to help them do that. So just remember that. What does the skill card have to do with it? What's the skill part? Oh, finesse. We literally just said a Libra was trying to do something. A Libra are you a Sag or a Libra? Okay, I don't know what that has to do with you though, Taurus. Okay, so what did the Libra try to do here, unless this is who is trying to work with you? What was the Libra trying to do or accomplish? Courage. Trying to get somebody to not be afraid or trying to get someone to trust them. What actually occurred here? Somebody's trying to come off like trustworthy. Yeah, you. Respect. So we're more, yeah, you don't, now this is you, somebody's trying to get you to be more courageous or more trustworthy, but you don't trust something here. What don't you trust, Taurus? And don't forget, you're the opportunity. So what don't you trust, or what are you concerned about? Okay, something that somebody is talking about this. It's a Virgo, ambition and voice. So I guess it's a Virgo. You're like, I don't really trust what you're saying, or you keep repeating that. I don't really trust that. What's being said here? You're like, I don't really believe that. I don't really trust that. Yeah, determination, mystery, and pride. There's a Justice card again. Somebody's trying to make you feel comfortable or make you feel courageous in this scenario, but you're like, I don't know if that's really a good idea. I don't know if that's going to work, or I don't know if I could build upon that. I feel like too, there's a chain reaction. Like you just don't trust what somebody is saying, and that's why you don't feel comfortable. So I feel like that's why you need to know you are actually the opportunity. What is somebody saying here real quick? If we can try to pinpoint it. Yeah, the Magician. And in the world, they're like, yeah, I brought this to an end. They're like, yeah, I was able to end this. I was able to create this from start to finish. Or somebody's like, yeah, I made this myself. I'm the first person to create this. You're like, no, I don't believe that. I don't think so. I don't think that's true. What don't you trust about this? What part is kind of like, yeah, the Nine of Wands. You're like, you don't seem... Yeah, the Nine of Wands, the Four of Pentacles, the Judgment, and the Six of Cups. I feel like it's when they say it. You're like, wait, you didn't bring this up until you were alone, or like something's odd about, you just don't believe that they created this or that they did something. It would be like, say somebody comes to you with like a business opportunity and they're like, yeah, this is a great idea. Like you have the money to invest in it, blah, blah, blah. I feel like they never made this before. They never did this before. They've never created it. So you don't really trust what they're saying. All right, what other energy should you be in here, Taurus? And then we're going to do Gemini and Capricorn. You got strength, resilience, and style. Something is difficult. Yeah, blocks out emotions and mood. It's okay to feel the emotions that's going on here. Because I do see the Five of Cups. What do we regret here? Yeah, emotions, power, and connectivity. I feel like it's a Libra. I feel like a Libra says something out of emotion and now they're kind of stuck. There you go, Taurus again. So it could be something where you're working with a Leo. I mean, it's a lot of people involved, but I feel like you're also not... Yours is kind of similar to where a Leo's not going to forget what a Sag is saying, and you're not going to forget what this Libra is saying. You remember what they said out of emotion. And it could also be like maybe somebody wants to do business with you and you've seen them act emotionally. So you're like, well, if you're acting out of emotion, that may not be a great idea for me to work with you, etc. All right, so that was Taurus's reading. And then we're going to do Gemini. And then Capricorn is last but not least. Why is that? Oh, I must have clicked something. All right. Okay, I time-stamped it. All right, Geminis. Let's see. All right, what is the energy surrounding my Geminis here? What's going on for the Geminis today? Most important energy. Okay, pride. Now, that was Sagittarius's advice. I don't know, we'll see. But there's something about pride, ego, being proud of yourself, having too much pride to do something in particular. All right, what role do you play here, Geminis? Okay, determined, focused. You got tenacity. What are you determined to have? What are you really focused on here? Okay, you've got confidence. Are you focused on another person? Healing. And then voice. All right. You want some... I knew that was going to come out. It's like you want somebody to see you. Okay. But I feel like you're very focused on, like, hopefully this is within yourself, healing yourself and speaking up for yourself. I don't know why I'm getting that you're focused low-key on another person, but what energy should you be in, Geminis? Okay, you've got luck. So the way that something is going is just, you may be determined to like fix something or change it with healing. How is something going right now? Defense. I guess it's a Sag. They came out as defense. You cannot control the fact that something is blocked out or that it's not working, or like this, maybe somebody is rejecting you or blocking you out. Because when you come out as determined, maybe you're focused on something and right now it's just not working the way that you want it to go. But so what is blocked out here? What is someone saying no to? Okay, yeah, self-esteem. So yeah, literally somebody's like, I'm not going to feel insecure. I'm going to feel pride. I'm going to feel proud of myself. It depends on who this is. So who's blocking this out? Like something's not allowing somebody. Okay, you got Cancer energy here, style and peace. So if there's a Cancer involved, they're not going to allow themselves to feel insecure, or it's like there's an energy where somebody's like, I'm blocking that out. I'm not going to be offended. And that's just how it's going to go. That is the luck. There's nothing. What is supposed to make somebody feel insecure or offended here? The pride part, yeah. So I guess it's a Sag because that was their advice and they had defense. Somebody's supposed to be insecure about being proud of themselves. Okay, what are they proud of? Or they're supposed to feel weird about getting maybe even attention. They don't care about getting attention for something. But let's make sure they're not doing anything wild. But what are they doing out of pride or ego here? Following their intuition. Yeah, they're proud that they followed their intuition. They're proud that they made the right choice. They could be talking about this like, yes, I followed my intuition. I was right. So that somebody's not going to feel insecure about that. They instinctually made a choice. Maybe I feel like somebody wants someone to be humble. Because this is what your energy was determined, confidence, and healing. So you're like zeroed in on the fact that somebody is confident. You may look at it, maybe you're looking at it as pride or ego, but they're following their intuition, I guess. That's what they're supposed to do. So, let's see. All right, there you go, Gemini. So you're right there. You're the lovers. You're being yourself. You're in this position. The 4 of Cups and the Ace of Wands, the 5 of Wands. Exact. I feel like you're trying to get somebody to fight or argue. I don't know what you're doing, but they're literally ignoring you. Sorry, Geminis, this is your reading, but it's like, here you go. You're saying something. This person's ignoring it. It's supposed to inspire them to fight. So if pride is here, that means they're above like the petty argument. Yeah, there's the World card. The fight is already over. 7 of Pentacles, the 3 of Wands, and then the Fool card. Like the fight is over before it even starts. That's just how it's supposed to go. I don't know who this is. So what are you doing as the Lovers card, Gemini? Yeah, so maybe this is you. Maybe you know not to get distracted. Maybe you know to focus. Don't let somebody... I mean, what is the argument or what is the fight supposed to be about? Yeah, Sagittarius, vision, and sexuality. Literally, a Sag seeing a Gemini. So I don't know if you're trying to... I don't think there's any issue between either one of you, or neither one of you are fighting. Neither one of you are going to argue. It's like you want to like battle or see who's smarter or something like that. Or, I mean, I don't know what the fight is about, but it's right here. I don't. All right, what else comes to an end here? I don't think you need to argue or whatever. Yeah, defiance and then connectivity. Yeah. Okay, that was a quick reading. That's pretty much what it is. That's how it's going to go. It's something that's out of your control. Somebody's like, yeah, I'm not going to argue about that, or I'm not going to get distracted. It could also be a distraction if it's not a fight. So they're just focused on something very important to them, I guess. Yes. So if you want to argue or you have an issue with a Gemini, they're not, I mean, Gemini, if you have an issue with somebody or you want to debate, they're not, that person's not going to debate, argue, anything. Whoever it is, they're not going to, that's just what's going to happen. All right, Capricorn is last but not least. You said you blocked the Gemini. Capricorns. I meant to say in a Gemini reading, if Sag comes out, it could be whoever's opposite of you. It doesn't have to be a Sag. Because that's your opposite sign, your opposite polarity. All right, what's the energy surrounding the Capricorns? Most important scenarios surrounding the Capricorns. Let's see. Okay, voice, a conversation. Who's talking? The Eight of Swords is talking. So somebody may feel like they have no choice but to say something. What are they talking about? They also have a trap perspective. They can only see something one way, possibly. All right, what are they saying here? All right, there's Cancer and pride. So they're saying that a Cancer is prideful. They're saying that somebody is acting arrogant or somebody is showing off. So they may have a trap perspective on what it means to be prideful or arrogant. What does the Cancer have too much pride to do? Okay, power. The Libra came out as power, so it just depends. Yeah, defense and attitude. I feel like somebody has a trap perspective here. All right, but power. They're like, oh, that person's showing off, or oh, that person is arrogant. Will they have a trap perspective of here? I know I feel like it's just ego or whatever. Of what they see, vision. It's of what they see. They can't, it's like somebody cannot see this person any other way. Like they hate this Cancer. Or they hate this person or whatever's going on, whoever's showing off. They cannot see it any other way. You look arrogant, you're acting arrogant. Why you dressing like that? You're showing off. Like, I don't know what they're looking at. I don't know why they're looking. All right, what role do you play here, Capricorn? Let's see. What role do you play here, Capricorn? All right, so you're finesse. So something that you may be trying to do may not work. What are you intending on doing here, Capricorn? You may need a backup plan, but or you could be doing something in an easy way. All right, but what are you intending on doing or having? There's the Gemini energy. Yeah, superstition and angel. You want... Okay, here's the elements. You want a Gemini not to trust a Sagittarius, or you want... Because these are opposites. So, like, this would be like the teacher and the student, or like the speaker and the listener. It's like you want these two people not to trust each other. You want that Gemini not to trust a Sagittarius. Yeah, guidance and knowledge. Or it's like, okay, this person's a teacher. No matter what their sign is, you don't want somebody to listen to that teacher. Okay, what's actually going to occur here? Or that could be what you're planning on. Like, say you're the person that speaks or teaches. You're like, they're not going to trust what I'm saying. But I feel like you don't want somebody to trust it. All right, so what energy are you going to... Or what's actually going to occur here? Yeah, passion, dominance, and leadership. Yeah, and luck. That might be somebody's opportunity anyway. That's their opportunity. What other energy should you be in, Capricorns? Self-love. All right. What do you need to do out of self-love? You might not trust with somebody. Yeah, you need to be in defense too. That's what Sag is doing. You need to block something out too. What do you need to block out here, Capricorn? Let me see. What do you need to block out here? Yeah, mood, like shame, regret. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why you're trying to get somebody else to not trust somebody or something like that. Or you like don't follow after them or don't listen to them or you shouldn't trust somebody or something. Yeah, there's the Six of Wands. There's the Knight of Wands. So there's the pride part or somebody's getting attention. This is, I mean, I cannot make this up. Like, there's somebody attacking this person for getting attention, literally. Or like, I don't, okay. I don't know. Yeah, there's judgment. Yeah, the Page of Swords. You're like, look at them. Look at all that attention they're doing. Or they're arrogant. Or they're showing off. Like, literally, that's what you're saying. Or something like that. Okay, the Eight of Cups. There's the Wheel of Fortune. And there's the Four of Wands. What is the luck for you? You got love and fluidity. Yeah, I don't... Yeah, focus. Yeah, there's defense. Okay. But if this is like, say this is within yourself, you're like, man, they're not going to listen to me. I feel like people are. That's just in your mind. Or that's your mindset with the Eight of Swords. You may feel like something that you're saying is coming off arrogant or coming off prideful. Like if you're the one that has actual good advice and you're teaching somebody, you have information, I feel like it's correct. You're fine. Don't feel like you're arrogant. All right, what's the outcome here for you? Yeah, humor, mystery, dominance, and innovation. Okay. Got humor. Something might be ironic. All right, y'all. I've actually been looking into making my own tarot deck. I'm trying to find like a good printer for it. If I find a good printing company, then I'm gonna make it. But I'm looking into that now. But thank y'all for tuning in. I appreciate y'all. It's pretty early. I'm gonna see how I feel later on, like late tonight. But you said try Etsy. Yeah, I'm gonna look. I'm gonna see. I'm gonna do some research on that. But yeah, I will probably, if I don't come back today, of course, I'll be on here tomorrow. And we're going to do it the same way. First come, first serve. You drop your signs in the chat so that everybody kind of gets a chance to be the early sign. I'm going to timestamp this in my description. When y'all, when y'all catch me live, if you have personal questions, thank you. When you have personal questions, y'all can do the $5 Cash App questions if you catch me live. And then y'all can book readings at the link in my bio very easily so that we don't have to do the subscription and all that nonsense. There's a 20% off code, so it's welcome back. Check out the necklaces and things. And y'all have a good day.